Bitcoin holders, welcome to October. Man, it is looking absolutely amazing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has in fact been going up. Today is the second day in October, or should I say October, and Bitcoin is already skyrocketing. And it's not just Bitcoin, guys. Altcoins are moving as well. Everything right now, okay, in the crypto market is moving and is looking absolutely amazing. So, of course, in today's video, I want to talk about Bitcoin, give you guys an update. What is exactly happening right now with Bitcoin? What can we expect to happen with Bitcoin this month in October? There is, in fact, a fair few charts that I do want to show you guys for Bitcoin, indicating that, Bitcoin, like I said, many times, okay, for the past few days and weeks, guys, okay, even months, I've been telling you guys, okay, Bitcoin will continue to go much higher. Okay, in today's video, there is, in fact, a fair few charts that I do want to show you guys, indicating that, yes, Bitcoin, okay, this month in October and in general, right, this fourth quarter this year in 2025 Q4 is going to be some amazing times, like, what I've been telling guys many times. I hope you guys are prepared for Q4 because Bitcoin will be reaching new all-time highs, new record highs this quarter, okay, this year in 2025. So I hope you guys are truly ready for it, okay, because it's going to happen. And yeah, so far so good because it is looking amazing right now for Bitcoin. Right now it's just below $119,000. Okay, just below it. And yeah, we did actually see Bitcoin going up to $119,000 earlier today, right? So yeah, looking pretty good for Bitcoin, I must say. Overall, past few days have in fact been looking pretty good for Bitcoin, I must say. If we just look over here, you guys clearly see Bitcoin has in fact been rising for the past few days, right? If we go to the 4-hour time frame, yeah, you guys can clearly see that a bit more better. But yeah, yesterday was the first day of October. We saw Bitcoin skyrocketing, and today, like I said, is the second day of October, right? There you guys have it, right? Thursday, October 2nd. And Bitcoin is continuing to go higher today. So this is truly October, guys. Like, October is truly here. So it is looking pretty amazing right now for Bitcoin. And like I said, not just Bitcoin, but altcoins, right? Casper is now back at 8 cents. Okay, like what I talked about in my most previous video a couple of hours ago. If you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, Ethereum looking pretty good as well. I cannot wait for Ethereum to, reach new all-time highs. Yes, we, already saw, Ethereum a couple of weeks ago reaching new all-time highs to like $4,900. But I reckon Ethereum can go much higher than that, 100%. Okay, you guys clearly see that. So yeah, it did reach a new high of like 4.9, almost 5K. Didn't quite get there, but I do believe Ethereum this Q4 will easily reach back up to 4.9, even reaching 5K and beyond, reaching new all-time highs, right? Because this is one of those altcoins that I am, keeping my eyes on, because I do want to take my profits, right? I don't want to round trip it again. Okay, and if you guys do want to, take profits, if you guys are, planning on taking profits, and I think you guys should, especially with, altcoins, especially, I think you should do it in these next upcoming, few weeks and a few months, because I do believe there's going to be, the last leg up. I do believe next year in 2026, we're going to see some type of bear market. Okay, we should be seeing a bear market, right, next year in 2026, because it is a 4-year cycle. Now, I will talk more about that, right, about the 4-year cycle, because some people actually don't believe it's a 4-year cycle anymore. So I want to talk more about that later on. But yeah, if you guys are planning on, taking profits, okay, especially with alts, I think you should do it this quarter, right, in 2025. Okay, I don't think you should hold it any longer, right? Let's not be too greedy. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have learned our lesson from the last bull market, the hard way, right? So that is that. Of course, not financial advice. Always, do your own research. But yeah, alts are looking pretty good. Even Solana, okay, looking pretty decent as well. I do believe Solana will be going much higher. We know Solana did reach a high of like almost $300, and I do believe it will eventually go back up there and higher, right? Very possible. So yeah, alts are looking pretty good, guys. Past 24 hours, man. Greens. Okay, it is looking amazing today for crypto, right, overall, okay, Bitcoin is pumping, okay, it's in the greens, and altcoins are in the greens as well. So overall, you know, looking absolutely amazing today for crypto, okay. You know, a lot of altcoins are pumping, right, in the greens. So today is for sure a great day. Some alts and the reds, okay, you guys clearly see that, but majority of altcoins today are in fact in the greens. So that's always, you know, nice to see. Now, the fear and greed index for Bitcoin, you guys clearly see, is currently at 64 in greed mode. Now, yesterday was in neutral at 49. Okay, last week was in fear at 44. So the sentiment has in fact changed, guys. We're now in greed mode, and yeah, you guys can see this spike up, right? Has in fact been slowly going up, and now it's at 64. Okay, so yeah, absolutely amazing to see. The Bitcoin monthly returns, right? We are up 4%, guys. Okay, so this is a great start for October. Okay, it really is. We are up already, you know, 4%. You guys can clearly see last month in September we did ended off in the greens, which is always nice to see. Usually when we do see September ending off in the greens, okay, usually that means we're gonna see, okay, October finishing off in the greens, same with November, right? And December is like 50-50, you know what I mean? But understand, guys, October and November are some amazing times for Bitcoin, okay? In general, okay, this fourth quarter is going to be amazing. So hope you guys are ready for that. Okay, usually Q4 Bitcoin does perform the best, right? Especially during a bull market, which is where we are right now. Okay, we are still in a bull market, guys. So yeah, not too bad. We're up 4%. Okay, so far for October, we are already, you know, 2 days in. So not too bad, not a, you know, bad start. And yeah, Q4 still, you know, looking pretty good, right? Like I said, this is just the beginning. So, you know, we'll keep you guys up to date, but so far, so good. So yeah, green September equals Bitcoin pump season. So like I said, usually when we do see September finishing off in the greens, we end off September the greens. We're going to see a green October and November. Okay, you have to clearly see that. That has, you know, what has happened in the past. So understand, guys, in the next upcoming few weeks and months, I'm expecting Bitcoin to skyrocket. I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach new all-time highs. And I do believe that's going to be happening for Bitcoin. Like right now, Bitcoin is not too far off from reaching, you know, back up to its previous highs, right? Even reaching new all-time highs, right? You have to clearly see that. It is literally not too far off from reaching back up to its previous highs of $124,000. Okay, that was Bitcoin's previous highs, and I reached that back in August, right? A couple months back. And yeah, I do believe, you know, we will easily see Bitcoin going back up to its previous highs, even reaching new all-time highs. And you guys can clearly see it is not too far off from its previous highs, right? It really isn't, guys. So I'm expecting big moves happening for Bitcoin, you know, in the next upcoming few weeks and months. But yeah, you guys can clearly see 9 out of the 10 Octobers have been green for Bitcoin. 3,000 plus candle today to start off the month. So yeah, October, you know, overall is a very bullish month overall, right? You guys can clearly see that. Okay, in fact, if we look over here, we've only seen 2 red Octobers. Okay, and that was back in 2018. It was down almost 4%. And then back in 2014, it was down almost 13%, right? And the rest were in the greens. Okay, so usually October is a very bullish month. Usually Bitcoin does perform the best. So that's why, guys, a lot of people are in fact calling it October, like Sailor. Okay, so Sailor has posted this earlier today saying happy October. Okay, so absolutely amazing to see. Okay, he knows, okay, Bitcoin is ripping up to the upside. Okay, it is looking absolutely amazing so far for Bitcoin for this month in October. And yeah, it is officially here, guys, right? October is here. So Bitcoin holders, I truly do hope you guys are ready. And I hope, you know, for the past few weeks and months, you guys have been stacking as much Bitcoins and, you know, Satoshis as much as you possibly can, because understand Bitcoin is going to absolutely go parabolic. This is the moment that we all, in fact, have been waiting for, guys. Okay, Bitcoin is going to be going much higher. We know for the past few months, Bitcoin has, in fact, been, you know, reaching new all-time highs and whatnot. Remember, guys, a couple months back in like Q2 this year, Bitcoin was skyrocketing, reaching new highs. Okay, even towards last year in 2024 in Q4, right, we saw Bitcoin, reaching new all-time highs, whereas Ethereum wasn't really moving. You remember that time? We're gonna see the exact same thing, but this time, right? Yeah, Bitcoin's gonna move, but altcoins will move as well. Meaning, Ethereum, since it is the king of altcoins, it's gonna lead the way. So Ethereum's gonna move, guys, right? And I'm for sure gonna be, taking my profits with Ethereum. I cannot wait, guys. So yeah, October's here, Bitcoin holders. Okay, I hope you guys are truly ready because big moves will be happening, guys. Like what I've been telling you guys many times, right? Bitcoin will be going parabolic. Okay, we're gonna see some gold candles forming for Bitcoin. This is that moment. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready. Now, looking at this, and this is actually pretty interesting, right? So it says here, Bitcoin has fully reclaimed its $117,000 support level. The only thing between BTC and a new all-time high is the $120,000 resistance level. Although, if Bitcoin loses the $117,000 support level, it could drop towards the $113,500 level. Yeah, we'll have to see about that. But so far, so good. We haven't lost, its support at the 117K level. Okay, it's still above it. So we will see. Okay, but I do believe, Bitcoin has so much potential to go much, much higher back up to 120 and breaking out of 120, right, out of that resistance and, continue to go to its previous highs of 124. But yeah, we'll have to see, guys. But either way, that's going to be happening. So yeah, it's clear to see this is pretty much going to be the final leg up for Bitcoin, right? So as I've been telling guys many times, personally, I think there is potential for Bitcoin to reach a top, a cycle top of like 180 to 190 to even 200K and beyond. I think this is very, very, realistic for Bitcoin for this bull cycle. Now, yes, there's a lot of predictions out there. People are saying, Bitcoin's going to be reaching like 400K, 500K to even some saying 700K. As much as I am bullish on Bitcoin, I don't think we're going to see Bitcoin reaching those price levels this bull cycle. That can happen in the next bull cycle, but this bull cycle, I don't think that's going to be happening, right? Which I don't mind because I know next year in 2026, like I said, we're going to see some type of bear market and Bitcoin's going to drop, right? And I don't mind because next year I'm going to buy back into Bitcoin like heavy. I'm still buying every now and then, okay, for Bitcoin. But since it is near the top, okay, I'm still slowly buying. I'm still, DCA into Bitcoin, but not as much, okay, because I know eventually next year in 2026, we're going to see some type of bear cycle and it's going to drop even more. So yeah, I'm still waiting for that and I'm going to buy heavy next year. So that is that, guys. But understand, Bitcoin will be reaching, at least 200K. I have a pretty good feeling like it will okay, let's just say Bitcoin doesn't reach 200K. I think it's going to be reaching like to 190 at least, right? I think 190 is very, very possible to even $200,000 and beyond. I think this is very, very possible, guys, but Bitcoin's going to move. Okay, you guys need to understand. And no one out there realistically knows where the top will be for Bitcoin, right? And a lot of predictions in the past for Bitcoin has been wrong. Like, for example, back in, 2021, a lot of people were saying, Bitcoin, right, in the 2021 bull market was going to be reaching 100K. Clearly, it didn't. It didn't even reach 70K when I saw it was like 69K. So a lot of Bitcoiners were wrong with their predictions, right? So personally, okay, I could be wrong. We may not see Bitcoin reaching 200K, okay, but I'm trying to be bullish here, guys, okay? And I think it is very, very possible that we do see that happening. I mean, the adoption for Bitcoin has been going crazy, right? We know whales, okay, have been buying a lot of Bitcoin, right? Countries, states, governments, okay, institutions have been buying a lot of Bitcoin. So I think the price can reach at least 200K this bull cycle, right? But yeah, we'll have to see, guys, okay? Yeah, Q4 will be massive for Bitcoin, okay? And that's true, right? It's going to be massive. Just like, last year in 2024, Bitcoin in Q4 was up over 100%, 111%, guys. So like I said, okay, last year, okay, in 2024 in Q4, we did see Bitcoin reaching new all-time highs. It was absolutely skyrocketing, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but it was skyrocketing, okay? Even in 2023, right, Bitcoin at that time, okay, a couple of years back in Q4, back in 2023, it was up over 100% as well, 154%, guys. So since in 2024 and in 2023, will we see, okay, Bitcoin up 100% as well? Since, back 2023 and 2024, it was up over 100%. Will we see that happening for this year in 2025 for Q4? We'll have to see. Okay, history doesn't, exactly repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So I'm expecting big moves happening for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin can for sure be up over 100%. Okay, this Q4, right? So guys, massive moves is coming for Bitcoin. And yeah, I hope you guys are truly ready for it. So this uptrend that I've been talking about for Bitcoin, okay, is going to continue to go much, much higher. Okay, I've been telling you guys this many, many times. Okay, this uptrend that Bitcoin has been forming ever since literally the beginning of 2023, right, to where we are right now in 2025, right? This uptrend will continue to go much, much higher. So it says here, Bitcoin uptrend structure remains unchanged. The uptrend continues. And yes, I 100% do agree. Okay, yes, we have seen some pullbacks, but it does eventually go back even higher. Okay, recovers and then goes back even higher, right? Yes, clearly see that. So this uptrend will continue to go much, much higher. Okay, so Bitcoin holders, get ready for that. Now, looking at this is actually pretty interesting. So with the Fibonacci, retracement levels, so it's saying here Bitcoin over $148,000 is the target. This isn't a drill. Fibonacci has the map. Now, I don't know if this person is saying 148 is the top, because I don't think that's going to be the top. I think that's going to easily happen for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin can easily go much, much higher than that. But I think he's saying here, okay, in the next upcoming, few weeks, right, we're going to see Bitcoin reaching 148. That's what I'm assuming, because I don't think 148 is the top. I think Bitcoin, has so much more potential than that, and it's going to be going much, much higher than that, right? So that is that, guys. But yeah, pretty cool to see, right? But yeah, this is what I really wanted to show you guys. Okay, so be honest, do you still believe in the 4-year cycle? This is actually pretty interesting because a lot of people are saying that the Bitcoin 4-year cycle will no longer happen. Okay, but personally, guys, I'm still expecting in 2026 to see some type of bear market. I think some type of bear market will still happen for Bitcoin. Okay, that's just personally my belief. Okay, I don't think next year in 2026 we're gonna see Bitcoin going higher. Okay, maybe it will, but usually it's a 4-year cycle, right? And I don't know why this time around will stop. Okay, but this person says here historical patterns matter, but macro forces and regulation can easily disrupt the 4-year cycle. I mean, yeah, I see what he means, okay, but I really don't know, guys. Okay, we'll have to see. But like I said, guys, if you want to take profits, especially in crypto, I think you should do it, this Q4, right? This quarter, this fourth quarter in 2025, right? Rather that's this month in October, right? To slowly take some profits, because the market's going to move, guys, right? Trust me, right? We are in October and November, right? And November is an amazing time to take profits as well, guys. Okay, in the last few bull cycles back in 2021, even back in 2017, 2013, right? Usually the bull market, okay, ended in November in Q4, of course, right? So yeah, I think this time around, if you guys really want to take profits, the latest you should do it is around November. That's just personally me, okay? So that is that, guys. I'm pretty sure we have all learned our lesson the hard way. So yeah, that is that, right? I'm just ready to see Ethereum reaching new highs, and I'm just gonna take my profits with Ethereum, right? Because I've been accumulating a lot of Ethereum recently, not recently, but a couple years back, and I've been round tripping it, and I still have a bag of Ethereum. And recently, I've been swapping some of my Ethereum for Casper, as you guys know, right? But I still have a bag of Ethereum, and I want to take my profits, okay, and reinvest the majority into Bitcoin and Casper, right? But yeah, this is actually pretty cool. So yeah, since Bitcoin, right, has been going back up, right, it has now surpassed Amazon. So Bitcoin surpasses Amazon to become the 7th largest asset. Okay, remember, guys, this has already happened, right, in the past. But Bitcoin, of course, has been dropping. So Amazon has surpassed Bitcoin, but now Bitcoin has surpassed Amazon. And I remember, right, I believe a couple months back, Bitcoin did actually surpass silver. Yeah, It did. But of course, Bitcoin has been dropping. Okay, silver has actually been going up, right? And gold has been going up as well. Gold has been reaching new all-time highs. But yeah, I do believe, of course, Bitcoin will eventually surpass silver, and then Google, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, and then of course gold down in the future, of course, right? So that is that. It's great to see Bitcoin surpassing Amazon once again. Okay, so that is that, guys. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. I will keep you guys up to date, but it is looking pretty good right now for Bitcoin, just below 119. I mean, today, right earlier today, it did reach $119,000 beyond that. Okay, looking like it wants to reach back up to 120. So I wouldn't be surprised, okay, if tomorrow, right, in the next upcoming few hours, if we do see Bitcoin reaching back up to 120 and not stopping there, it's going to be going much, much higher, back up to potentially its previous high. So I will keep you guys up to date, but I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. Give this video a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. That is always much, much appreciated. And yeah, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.